There we go. Okay, so that's Skull Splitter with a very, very cool Viking character there. It should refocus. There we go. And it is a Scotch ale. It's made by the Orkney Brewery in Orkney, Scotland, which is a set of islands off to the northern coast of Scotland. They were raided extensively by Vikings back in the day, and they consider themselves to be half Viking to this day, or at least a lot of their cultural landmarks and such suggest that. So it's a cool place, and it's an interesting little history, especially given the fact that I'm by blood, I'm mostly Scottish, some Irish, some English, and some German on paper. Obviously, the dichromia is probably a Viking holdover, so it's distinctly possible that I'm part Scot and part Viking, having not done one of those 23andMe tests or whatever, because I'm terrified they'll send a clone of me to kill me and take my place. I do not know. But my aunt did, right before the clone of her came and killed her and took her place. So we know that we're at least part Scandic. Anyway, Skull Splitter is one of our strongest beers, named after Thorfinn Einarsson, the 7th Viking Jarl of Orkney. This is a sophisticated, satiny smooth, and full-flavored beer. It has a rich, fruity, wine-like complexity with flavors of fresh and dried fruits, warm, exotic spice, and mellow summer fruity notes. So, it says, pairs well with rich, dark meats, strong cheese, and fruit puddings. Fruit puddings. Don't mind if I do. Let's go ahead and have a whiff. And it smells right off the bat malty, and it smells of stone fruits, of plums, and maybe figs, and yeast. So let's go ahead and take a taste. It's just fantastic. It really is. I haven't had this in it's probably been a couple of years since the last time I had a Skull Splitter, and it's still just as tasty now as it was then. It does have absolutely sort of that same quality we were talking about with the sherry cask brandy wine, or the Scotch ale by Central Waters. It has that sort of raisiny, tawny port kind of quality to it. But this is much more on the ale end of things. It gives you a hint of that without overwhelming you. Those drinks are, to my way of thinking, they're something truly exceptional. That brandy wine that was aged in the sherry casks is something genuinely remarkable, and something that is not to be had very often. It's something that you should cherish on a special occasion. A Skull Splitter brings a good fusion between the notes of an ale that you look for. Does it have a roasted flavor? Does it have a sort of a brown base note that you're hearing and that you're feeling on the palate? Does it give you kind of a nutty aftertaste? A little pecan, a little walnut. Maybe there's just a hint of toffee. There's some sugariness to it. You want, if you're gonna get a Scotch ale, you want to get an ale. You don't want to get a fruit drink, and you don't want to get port wine. That's not Scotch ale. That's not what this claims to be. This is not a barley wine. It is a Scotch ale. So I want some more of that roasty toastiness in there. I want to feel like I'm Gimli drinking a mighty fine beer. But do I like those notes of raisin and other figs and dates? Yes, absolutely. Do I want that zing in there with just a hint of sort of a sweet sour kind of I don't know, a spice to it? Yeah, absolutely. And this combines all of that. perfectly. Just perfectly. So it doesn't come off as over the top at any point. It's nice and mellow. You could drink this easily with a nice meal. You could drink this sitting out on the porch. You could drink this when you feel like, hey, let's do something special instead of a regular beer. Or you could drink this by the pool. You really do have the versatility of an ale coupled with those sorts of magical touches, those fruity, spicy notes. So this, for me, strikes the perfect balance between an ordinary beer, not a bad beer, not like a Coors Light or something, but I mean, it strikes the balance between, say, a good ale, a brown ale, made by a good brewery, and something like a barley wine that is, A, way more expensive, B, way higher calorically, way higher alcoholically. It's sort of like you've perfectly split the playing field between, this is a beer I can drink on a normal day, and this is something that I choose for celebration. This is a beer you drink on a good day. And today is a good day, because I have my 4-pack of Orkney Skull Splitter, and I dropped by our friend's Branching Out Bottle Shop and nabbed just so much more. So many other different types of beer over there. So we are well stocked for the next several streams, so that you'll get to hear about some truly wacky different beers. This is not wacky. This is joyous and wonderful and celebratory. This is a fantastic beer. Some of the stuff I'm going to try, I don't know if I'm going to like, but I'm going to try it because you know me, I like to get a little crazy. So for today, we'll keep it in the realm of this is safe, we know it's good, with our Orkney Skull Splitter.